Hey guys, it's Thursday the 22nd of October. I went to the doctor's today, the specialist that has been looking after me the whole time, but I also met his boss, who was the doctor who's been calling the shots and putting all the information together from my biopsies and all the other stuff I've been having. So basically he put it to me that I can stop chemo now if I really wanted to, or I can have 5 and then stop. So hang on, I'll finish what I'm saying. But both he and I agreed that it would be best if I do 6 as first planned. I don't have to have the stem cell transplant at the end. Now, my reasoning behind agreeing or saying that it's a good idea to have the chemo was that I don't want to get to the end and then after all this and then something happen next year or the year after or whatever, I get sick again and then have that doubt in my head that says, wow, I should have done this, or I should have just done one more or whatever. I don't want that to happen. So I'm just going to do the 6. And it's a hard decision because you know how sick it makes you. And I know how tired I'm going to get. But I need this to be, I don't want this to be a constant repeat. I want this to be gone and done with. So that's what I've decided. If it comes back again, and there is a high chance of it coming back in the next 5 years, if it comes back again, I will have to have chemo again, but they will give me a different type. But next time, I would have to have a stem cell transplant and not my own. They were thinking of giving me one this time if my scan wasn't completely clear, so I don't have to have the stem cell transplant this time. But if it happens again, I would have to have it, but it would have to be from someone else. So I have the all clear from my scan. After round 3, I had a scan and it is clear, completely clear, which means technically I'm in remission now. And they don't tell you that you're cured until it's after 5 years that you've had sorry, I'm leaning on pillows at the moment. Until you have no other, nothing's been around for 5 years, then technically you're cured. I'm starting to get really tired because all my blood counts and stuff are all down. I'm having trouble at night time with my vision. I can see, but I can't read things very well. Everything just goes blurry. It's not because of my eyesight, it's just because my body's physically tired. I'm also losing strength in my hands, hence the reason why I've got the pillows under me and I've got the camera propped up. I have trouble holding things. I haven't got a lot of strength in my hands because the pain's in my forearms and it's making my hands numb. I did a bit of driving today and that was okay, but it's really tired them out, so which means I can't do stuff. Things like craft stuff I was doing, it's a lot harder to do. I'm not as enjoying it as much as what I was. So that's that. Still not eating very much. I'm just not. Normally it's because my stomach's too sore and I can't, but this week I'm eating, but nowhere near as much as what I should. So I think I might be officially one of the very few cancer patients that haven't lost any weight, which I think it's kind of funny because I really wanted to, but apparently I need the weight behind me to fight this, so otherwise I don't have the strength. I've had a good week this week. I'm feeling very positive and happy in myself. The steroids have all gone out of my body and I'm not crying every 2 seconds. I've had coffee. I've caught up with somebody that I went to school with. We were best friends and completely inseparable. I haven't seen her for a really, really long time, so we caught up and had coffee, which was fantastic. So we look forward to the next catch-up. And I've had coffee with a couple other people that, had nothing on, and they were quite happy just to catch up. So it was really nice this week just to have some different conversation, to be out of my house. Different adult conversations, so it's not just the same old people all the time. Not that there's anything wrong with that, guys, but, it's nice to have a fresh face. When I first started doing these videos, I did mention that I wanted to make people smile. And I do that. I still do that. I go to the doctors and I'm not quite sure whether they think I'm funny. I think I'm very funny. But I do make them laugh. They're kind of, they're used to my jokes and stuff by now. So I still do that. The nurses, they still laugh at me and stuff. So that's all funny. I try and be, a bit of the class clown. Sorry. And the other thing I wanted to do with the Facebook page that I made was to help somebody else. And actually, so far, I have done that. There's a person in another state who is about to go to a doctor. She's being sent to the oncologist now, for possibly having the same thing as I do for non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. She's a lot younger than I am, so she's been in contact, and I've shared, what tests they do and whether it hurts and what to expect, maybe some questions that she might want to ask. And I'm going to be here for her. So tomorrow she goes to the doctors, and I'm going to be here for her. So she wants to call me on her bad days, she can do that. I actually have somebody that I've never met that I've called on a couple of times on my bad days. And it's really good to have someone that has been through what you're going through, and not just going, yeah, it must be hard, I feel for you. They actually know exactly what that bloody sickness feels like, or what that pain feels like, or, the chemo, what it does to you. So they, so far, so good. I've kept up to my things that I wanted to do at the very, very start. So moving forward, the next 2 rounds are going to knock me a lot further down, and there's a possibility that my count will be, some of the things that they look for in my count, that my platelets will be quite low. If they get too low, they will give me a transfusion. Now, that's something that I would need, not just, might be a good idea and it'll pick her energy levels up. It'll be something that I need. So some people say, they might watch the video and say, oh, I wish there was something I could do. Then go ring up the blood bank and bloody donate some blood. Everybody has blood. Unless you have something wrong with you where you cannot donate, there is no reason for people not to donate blood. It's something that everyone can do, and it's free. And you get a bloody coffee and a biscuit afterwards. So if it's something that you've been thinking about for a little bit, maybe you should just stop thinking and start doing. What else? My mum is letting next week my chemo session will be round 5. This will be the first one that my husband's come to, because my mum's been coming to all of them. She's finally let someone else help out for a change. Now that she knows that I'm officially in remission, she's kind of giving, she's letting go of the grip a little bit, which is, good for her, that she doesn't have to stress as much. and she's actually letting someone else help me out. So I guess it doesn't matter how old you are. Your mum's your mum. So I've met some really nice people this week. I met a man last week who was telling me how for his son's birthday, rather than getting everyone to buy a present, he gets the most immediate family to buy him a present, which would be, him and the mum and the dad, and then the grandparents. They buy the child a present, and anybody else that comes to the party, they donate money to a particular cause. So this year, I think it was for the Children's Hospital. And by doing it this way, he's trying to teach his son about giving to others, and materialism, is not everything. And I just thought it was the best thing. They'll get him to present the cheque to the hospital. I thought, what a nice thing to do. And since I've met that man, if I said to you it was a little bit like an angelic experience, I've met really nice people after that. It's this week has been full of amazing, beautiful people. So that's my little thing for the day. I would like to do a massive shout out to Isabella. Now, Isabel, or as we call her, Bella, she is a 6-year-old girl who is the daughter of a lady I used to work with. She's a beautiful little girl. She has T-cell leukemia. So she's currently going through a different type of chemo to me. She's lost her hair and stuff like that, and it's only just been the last week, I guess, I think that she's having a really, really hard time. So I want to give a big shout out to Bella, and I want to wish you some, all the best, darling, and hopefully I can sit there next to you soon, and we can share bald heads together. That would be nice. So yeah, for those of you who pray, if you could just chuck her in onto your little chain, that would be fantastic. One funny thing that happened to me this week, talking about little girls, is I was at the shops with my mum yesterday doing some Christmas shopping. She likes to, on my good week, she likes to book me in so we can do some Christmas shopping, so she knows what to get the kids. I'm busy for the second. In a second. She was there in a trolley with her mum, and she said, she goes, "Mum, look at that lady, she's got no hair." And I said, "You've got nice hair, haven't you?" And she said, "Yeah." And I said, I said, "The reason why I don't have any hair is because I didn't eat my vegetables when I was little." And she looked at me and I said, "So you're going to eat your vegetables, aren't you?" And she was like, "Yeah." And her mum said, "Oh, thanks." And she walked off, and I'm pretty sure that her mum could have just died from embarrassment. It was one of those moments where you go, shush, quiet, you don't want your kids to say something. But I was okay with that. She was only saying what she saw. It's not every day that you see a bald woman in the shop, and it's something I get to experience, something that a lot of you women out there don't get to experience, because I'm pretty sure that you're not going to shave your head if you didn't have to. So that was kind of cute. I know people stare at me when I go to the shops. I don't actually wear anything on my head. I find it quite itchy, and unless it's really, really cold, I'll wear a beanie, but other than that, I don't really wear anything. So what you see right here is pretty much what you get. So that's it for this week. I don't have any other news or anything. I'll see you guys next week. I'll let you know how chemo goes. See ya.